Yo, so I wanted to talk about this job a little bit. So last night they kept saying things like multiple people kept saying the program, like they're talking about the like we all work at these machines, right? And they talk about the program, like the computer program, but they're saying the word program synchronized. It's like they'll come around me talking about the program, this or that, or I gotta restart the program or whatever. Like they're talking about the program. And then I just heard someone hit their lock button outside. And it's like 2 a.m. right now. I just woke up a little bit ago and it's completely quiet. And then when I get up and start moving around, I hear truck engines start moving around outside. But other than those two sounds, I haven't heard anything. But uh, but they're just always making all these noises at work, banging noises, and like they'll be like, "Woohoo!" Like they'll just make all these random noises. There'll just be someone across the room just like, "Woohoo!" And then there's a loud banging noise right after that, and then or whatever, or just like all these machine noises. And just repetitive noises. Like there's this one machine that I hear like the whole night, or like not the whole night. It's usually like the first couple hours of the night. There's this one that's just like I already talked about it on my other video, but it's just this machine noise that goes off synchronized like a bunch of times, like when I'm doing stuff, and I'll like do it over and over again. And like all different types of noises are doing that. And this is really insane. This is really crazy, dude. And then like they're always saying things about jail or death or whatever. Or Jesus Christ. I don't know if any other targets get that where they say Jesus Christ synchronized, but they did that at my old job, and they were doing that I think last night at this job. And then they're always laughing synchronized across the room and stuff. Just all types of shit. But like last night they were laughing, like this one group of people over here starts laughing, and then this other group of people over here starts laughing, and then this other group of people over here starts laughing. Like they all start laughing at the same time. Like they're not laughing at the same thing. Or like they're all like laughing individually, but it's like they're all starting up at the same time though. Like around me. or like they'll just all, like it'll just be quiet in there, and then there'll be all these noises starting up around me and like sinking on me, and then it's just constant noises for a while after that. Like it'll just be like a chain reaction of sounds going off. So I'm just in this big ass room surrounded by a bunch of gang stalkers every night that I work for 8 hours straight. It's insane. And then I go in the break room and they follow me in there. And then if I go outside, there's someone walking out and lighting a cigarette right next to me every time. I mean, people just go out there and smoke cigarettes, you know, but like, I'm saying a gang stalker comes out and lights a cigarette right next to me right after I go outside. I'm just going out there to get some sunlight. And like, they wouldn't be out there if I wasn't out there, probably. They would take their break at a different time. And it would be nobody out there if I didn't go out there, you know? So it's just stupid. uh, and then I don't know. I forget what else. I swear there's something else. But yeah, they just be doing all that every night, and then meeting me like I'll walk around the corner or like through a doorway or like around the corner of a wall, and there'll just be someone right there, and they're just like, "Oops, sorry." They'll just walk completely in your way and then be like, "Oh, sorry." And then they're just always getting in my way and just like, and then they'll have this smirk on their face. A lot of them last night had this smirk on their face. And it seems like more and more of them lately have like, it seems like a lot of them, like they'll start out like nice to you or whatever, and then they'll like turn on you. Like they'll turn like more mocky after like a couple weeks. But then some of them are just like, they act nice, like genuinely nice to you, like forever. But then some of them will turn on you after like 2 weeks, and then some of them will turn on you later on. So it's like you never know who's actually being genuinely nice. Cause like after like 2 weeks, they'll have this smirk on their face sometimes. Just all of a sudden. I don't know, man. They're just fucking weirdos. Do I do drugs? Do you do drugs? Do you want some drugs? like like the other day, they just like it'll be quiet in there, and then there'll be this loud ass noise. Like the other day, it was a forklift, and then yesterday it was just like this loud banging noise. Or today, I mean, it was just like this loud banging noise. All of a sudden, or like they're just dropping something all of a sudden, or they're just dropping something right next to me all of a sudden. Why do you want to know if I did drugs? Would that make the objective stalkers on the camera fake? um, but yeah, like I said, like when I go in the break room too, like every time there would be someone coming in right after, like right when I sit down in the chair. And then there'll be people coming in, syncing up with those people, and then there'll be other people when I'm leaving the break room. And then like sometimes they'll just be coming in the break room making a bunch of noise like the entire time I'm in there. And once again, probably if I didn't go in there would be nobody in there that entire time, or like one person would be walking through there. But just because I'm in there, there's people coming in deciding to take their break at that time. And they would take it at another time if I wasn't in there. I guarantee it. Because it'll literally just be gang stalkers walking in there just to gang stalk me and then walk back out a few minutes later. And they'll just be, and like when I'm working, they'll just be doing things just to gang stalk me, just putting on a act around me with multiple people converging around me and doing a theatrical stage show around me. Or like I said, one night they just had me go to the back and pull these pallets, and then just all these gang stalkers walk around me as I do. And just like they just had me go back there just to gang stalk me basically. And then they sent me over to this other area, and they're like, we're gonna have you work over here. And like or like basically implied that I was gonna work over there. I don't know if he actually said we're gonna have you work over here or whatever. But like they like led me over to this place, and then so I go stand over there, and I'm like waiting for them to tell me what to do, and then this other guy and then the guy comes back and he's like, oh, we're gonna have you come over here actually. I don't know, they just put you in these awkward situations where it's just like they're like leading you around like a dog or whatever, like like I don't know. Is this is dumb, dude. It's just really dumb. I don't know. It's just weird. Like there's just people across the room just like laughing. Oh, and then they keep saying my name. I think like I'll just hear at synced up moments. I'll hear what sounds like my name being yelled across the room. They might just be saying something that rhymes with it or whatever. And still might just be saying that just to say it to me across the room. I don't know. It sounds like they're saying my name. And it seems to be synced up every time that I hear it, is what I'm saying. You know, like there's just certain things where like I might be tripping on it, but probably not. Usually, I'm not. They just do so many things that it's like, probably I'm right. And probably if I'm not, then they're gonna start doing that just because I said it on here. Just to just to do it. Just because I said it. They're just gonna add that to the list of things now because I said it. But I think that's what they're doing though, and I'm probably right. And like I'll look up though, like I'll hear someone yell my name. And I'll look up and then like nobody will be looking over at me. But then I'll see like the direction where it came from. I'll see people over there laughing. And then maybe they'll glance over me at me as they're laughing or whatever. And I just always see people laughing across the room and like giving me all these weird looks with like a smirk on their face. And like as they gang stalk me, they're like smirking at me. And like like these people were in the break room yesterday and just like pointing and like just like smirking at me, like mocking me across the room. They just do weird shit, dude. It's just fucking weird. And just the audacity, you know? And to do that at work, too. Like, you're just like, it's stupid at work because you're just stuck in there with them. Like, if I'm not at work, I can just like walk away from you, whatever. So it's just like the audacity to like get all in my face and be like smiling. Like, it's like they're trying to like die. Like they want to die. Cause like I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do anything, but somebody would. Somebody that you're gonna target is gonna kill you. Cause you literally walk into work and all your coworkers are around you, ganging up on you every day. And like talking behind your back and like laughing at you across the room. Some weird ass high school bullshit. And then shooting frequency weapons at your ears. And you're just stuck at work with them. And you gotta get frequency weapons shot at your ears. But then if you leave work and go home, then they're gonna do it at your apartment too. And I don't really get that when I'm outside usually. It's mostly when I'm at my apartment or when I'm at work. Or if I'm just like sitting somewhere. The other night though, I walked by this white SUV and it happened right when he drove by me. Like DB always talks about how when the gang stalkers drive by him, he'll get frequencies in his ears. Or shot at his head or whatever. But I usually don't, but that happened the other night though. It's usually like last night I was sitting in my apartment and it happened in my apartment. It just kind of sounds like those old TVs when you would turn them on. The staticky sound. It's kind of like that, but like right in my ear hole. Just raping my ear hole with a frequency weapon. Or whatever the fuck whatever it is. Fucking EEG scanner or whatever it is. It feels like they're radiating my head is what it feels like. And then I don't know how many times I've mentioned this before, but last November, you know, I'm sure there's always new people coming on here too, so whatever. But last November, they radiated my head and made my nose bleed. And I had to go to the ER. like I was just it was like freezing cold outside. So like they said it was because of the cold when I got to the ER, but it happened synchronized both times. So the first time I was about to go live on YouTube and talk about the gang stalking that was going on in my job, at my other job. And right when I click go live, my nose started bleeding. Like I click go live and I'm like looking at the screen about to start talking, and then I would just watch blood come out of my nose on the screen, and then I look down, it's like pouring out of my face, and I'm like, oh shit. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit because it just wouldn't stop bleeding. So I called the ambulance, and then it stopped bleeding, and it just stopped, like when they got there. So I was like, okay, it stopped. And then the next night, I think, or like a couple nights later, maybe, I think it was the next night, I'm out walking around, and right as I walk in front of the door of my apartment, it starts bleeding again. And then it wouldn't stop bleeding. It just kept bleeding a lot. And then I called the ambulance and I told them to go to the back, and they go to the front. So then I go back into the back door and walk to the front, and then they're gone when I get up there, and I'm still bleeding all over the place. And I think they did that purposefully just to mess with me, and I had to call 911 again and have them come back. And then on all the way to the hospital, there's gang stalkers following behind the ambulance, like I'm facing out the back window, and there's like a white SUV or whatever following us the whole way there. And then I get out of the hospital, and there's a gang stalker, that yellow Volkswagen Bug that I always see, which it might be multiple of them. I think I see multiple yellow Bugs, because it'll be different people driving it, so I don't know if it's the same one or a different one or whatever. But there's this one that I always used to see with one headlight. I recorded one yesterday or this morning or whatever, but I haven't seen it in a while before that. But anyway, I used to see this one all the time with one headlight, and it was sitting outside the hospital right when I come out of the hospital door. He's just sitting in the parking lot facing the hospital door with the one headlight and the door swung open, just parked there, turned off, with the driver's door wide open, and just sat there the whole time until I left. So there's gang stalkers following the ambulance all the way there, and then there's that one when I came out. And they're probably gang stalking me inside the hospital, but I don't know, like I was kind of new to all of this, and I'm like, they're probably doing things that I didn't notice or whatever, but I got gang stalked all the way to the hospital, and I think the ambulance was gang stalking me. And seeing how the ambulances are always gang stalking me, probably. So, it's just fucked up, dude. But yeah, the point being, they be radiating my head with whatever type of technology thing they got. And like some days I don't, some days it doesn't happen. Some days it happens multiple times. Some days more intense than others. Some days just like, and then that's it. Some days it's like it keeps going. Like, oh, and then they flew a plane over my apartment yesterday. Or today, I guess. Yep. So basically, my overall point is just any job I go to, being constantly harassed. There's people constantly coming, walking by me every time I do something. Anytime I do something, they gotta do something. They gotta cough or send multiple people around me simultaneous. They just come over and point. They're always pointing. Or like I'll just look up and I'll see someone pointing. Just pointing in whatever direction or pointing at me. But not at me, but at me though. They're pointing behind me. They're pointing at me. They're not looking at me. They're looking like behind me, but they're pointing at me. They're just always doing that every night. Every night. And then they got the messages on their t-shirts, it's this red shirt people and blue shirt people together, and the camo and the red and the camo combo and everything, and the leopard print shirts and the black and white and all the stuff. Just all around me. And I'll be walking up to scan something, and they'll be walking up to the scanner right before I get there, just purposefully, just to hold me up. Which, like, I'm not in a hurry anyway though. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll just stand there and just get paid to stand here and wait for you dumbass to get out of my way. I don't care, whatever. Like, it's not a job where I need to be in a hurry or anything. So far, anyway. Like, it might pick up. But, like, I'm not in a hurry, so do your thing, gang stalker. Get in my way deliberately and waste 10 seconds of my time. Okay. Then I just get paid to do nothing and watch you juggle some chainsaws around like a clown. But they just keep constantly doing that though. Like, I'll walk up to the scanner and they'll walk up to it the exact same time. And then, like I said, how they sync up with music, like they'll sync up with a song ending or whatever, like that. They'll also sync up with like when the first verse starts, they'll be walking over by me and saying something to me. Like, it would be like one of my favorite songs or whatever, you know. I'll just be sitting there listening to music, just working and listening to music. And then right when the first verse starts, they're coming up and talking to me, asking me a question or whatever. And it's usually something just or like if you're listening with your headphones, they'll like come up and just say something to you as a song starts, just to interrupt it. Which it makes me sound like, you know, it makes me sound like an egomaniac or something. Like, oh, these motherfuckers coming and interrupting my music. But no, like, they literally do, though. A lot, like, multiple times. They'll be doing that. They just do stupid, petty things like that. They just do. So, I don't know. I just wanted to say all that. It just has, you know, job. Like, nobody wants to be at a job. Like, everybody hates working. And everybody thinks that it's stressful to be at a job all day. But then you're gonna pour onto it. For everyone around, I would assume, because they're making all these sounds around everybody, really. You know, they're syncing up on me, but like, still though, it'll be like like if you're standing over near me, they're basically gang stalking you with the sounds too. So like I don't know, it's gotta be like stressful for everyone around. I would assume. I don't know. But maybe they just think it's hilarious or something. I don't know. But it seems like a lot of work for some of them though. Like they're just constantly coming over, walking by me. Like certain people, like the people that are like working over by me, they're just constantly sneaking up on me. So like they're kind of like working their ass off. Just seems like a lot of work for just to fuck with somebody. I don't know. What's y'all experiences with the workplace mobbing and shit? And do they say Jesus Christ synchronized around you? Because they used to do that at my old job. They've done it a couple of times at this one, and they do it when I'm walking around sometimes. And I don't know. I don't know if they do that to other TIs. But it makes me feel like, like they're basically like crucifying you. They're basically like all ganging up on you and like crucifying you like Jesus. I think maybe that's why they say Jesus Christ synchronized. I don't know. I don't know. But I think they do though. So let me know, other TIs, if they do that to you, what they do to you at work. But yeah, like I was saying though, like work is stressful enough, but also it's like they're fucking with your life. Like you're there to make money. Like leave me the fuck alone. I'm just here to make some money and get out. Fuck you. Go away. God. What is wrong with these people?